All right, once again, it's the Moldogao Music Entertainment Show, and we got a very special guest in the house. I'm talking Martin Day. What's up, brother?
What's up, man? Thanks for having me. I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm telling you, he is, for all you people that don't know, you should know that he is a former UFC fighter. Is that right?
Yes, sir. Bantamweight division, UFC.
Man, and we are broadcasting live from Exclusive MMA Studios. What's going on? Oh, let's go ahead and give a shout out to the sponsors of the show. I'm talking about Loyalty Clothing. Loyalty Clothing got the sick loyalty. They got some sick t-shirts and hoodies and also fight gear. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right. Some good fight gear. Yeah.
Man, go check them out. Loyalty Clothing. I believe they're in Kailua, right? Somewhere.
Yeah, that's right. They're based out of Kailua.
Yep. On Hamakua Street. Man, Hamakua Street right there, brothers. Right across from Shaka's. Shout out to Shaka's right there. Also, Infinity Life Center. They got weight loss systems, testosterone replacements, and many more treatments. Also, man, they're awesome. Infinity Life Center. Go check them out. InfinityLifeCenter.com. Shout out to our sponsors right there. All right, well, let's talk about the fact that Battle at the Barracks 1 just happened at Schofield Barracks at the 604 Ale House. Man, that was a killer, just a killer event.
Killer event, super good, top to bottom, really well organized. You know, I've had the opportunity to fight in some of the biggest stages in the world, and a lot of the smaller shows can be really disorganized. Don't really know what's going on.
Yeah.
And I actually cornered a guy that night, a couple guys, and man, the show was really well organized, top to bottom, super good. And the fights, oh man, the fights were killer fights. Again, they're all amateur, but these guys, they look like professionals. A lot of these guys could easily turn pro right now and be very successful. Yeah. And a lot of good finishes, but even the fights that weren't finishes, there was not a single boring fight that night. I mean, every single one of these was on your feet scraps, and that's what we like to see over here.
Yeah, and speaking of seeing, it looks like we're going to be seeing some of the footage on this one. Let's go check this one out right here, my brother.
Yeah, so right here we have the end of the fight here. Towards the end, this is the last round of the fight with Justin Segarra and Zion Lista. And I've had the opportunity to train with both guys, more closely with Zion. Known Zion for a while. We're both training out at Gracie Technics. And, all night on this fight, Justin was kind of giving Zion a hard time with the range. See that long range attacks.
Sweep kick. Yeah. Is that sweep kick?
No, that was just like a calf kick.
Oh, so calf kick.
Aim low, and it hits a nerve below the knee, and it can really mess you up. I've been hit with some calf kicks man, I couldn't feel my pinky toe for months.
Oh, boy. Wow.
But yeah, you see, Justin is just a real athletic guy, young guy, and just a specimen. He's on the gene pool. He definitely got the good end of the genes.
Oh boy.
Yeah. And so Zion was pressing for the takedown this fight, trying to get Justin down and trying to negate some athleticism. Here you go.
But Justin ain't having that.
Yeah.
No.
Justin was able to get
goes
the
on
finish
again.
there.
Oh snap. Yeah. Okay.
And again, athletic, tall dude, young, and just down to fight that guy. Yeah, funny guy too. Good guy.
Yeah, and he was in the studio on our last interview.
Yeah. He's the man. And then, coming up here on this next one, oh, sorry about that.
No worries.
Yeah, so right here, I was actually, let me get to the names of these guys right here. This one is the second fight of the night, and this one is David Webster versus one of my teammates, actually, Brandon. We call him BB.
Okay.
And so BB is a judo guy. It's really good sweeps, really good judo, and slick striking too. Yeah. So we're going to kind of recap some of these fights, and I'll bring this one kind of towards the end, so we don't have to. This one is a decision. So this one went the full distance.
Got it.
Yeah. So on the first round of this fight, BB had a ton of success. Brandon was able to get Webster down multiple times. Really slick sweeps and things like that. Looked like to me he kind of gassed a little bit, and then Webster started to adjust as well. So I got to give it to Webster for the technical adjustments he was able to make coming into the second, and especially especially into the third round, he was able to start getting Brandon down multiple times. And then here, in between rounds, I'm just kind of trying to get BB going and motivate him to get out there and get the job done. And then here, you have Webster continuing to get on top. Looks like BB got a nice reversal there, but I think Webster stands right back up. Yeah. And Yeah, so this was definitely a really good back and forth technical fight.
Hard to make a decision.
Well, yeah,
and
I mean,
at the end they made one. Huh?
yeah. I think the second and third round, Webster really started to take over and dominate in those later rounds. But again, really good back and forth action, and yeah, both guys definitely put on a good show in that flyweight division, 125.
Let's go. Let's
Yeah.
go. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, this is just some of the action that you can be expecting, because we got another one coming up July 27th. Battle at the Barracks 2 is going to be also at 604 Ale House, and man, it's going to be on point. On point. Oh man. Okay, what are we talking about this one? Let's
So
see.
now we got Dominic Stoff. And this guy was, I think he was flown in from somewhere in the mainland, and he's fighting one of our local boys, Taylor Wong. And Taylor, I've had a chance to train with him a few times. He actually helped me out with some of my sparring rounds with one of my professional kickboxing fights. And
Okay.
he's a really, really well-rounded, skilled fighter. And I don't like to say the word talented, because this guy works hard, and that's how he's been able to acquire that skill. This guy's a really, really hard worker. And you see him here mixing up those attacks with the kicks. Really good kicker, really good striking, but also amazing. Yeah.
Nice reach.
Yeah,
Nice
amazing
reach.
wrestler too. And what I got out of this fight was Taylor just did a really good job of timing those low calf kicks that we were talking about earlier with the previous fight.
Yeah.
And if you watch back this fight, you see that he times them every time his opponent gets heavy on that front leg.
Okay.
He just rips that calf kick, especially when he's circling to his.
The calf kick can be deadly.
Yeah, that could be a deadly one. It shuts down the perennial nerve right below the knee and down to the foot, and can mess you up.
Oh boy.
So he was able to fire that just over and over. There you see it right there, and he does a good job of timing that kick as well as his right high kick that you just said there, and his right hand.
Man, this is so awesome. It's like I'm watching Street Fighter, but it's real. I
Yeah.
love it.
yeah. This is real as it gets, and you see Taylor there. He's pouring it on. Opponent's trying to get a little bit of a desperate takedown, but
Whoa.
yeah, Taylor just too strong, too athletic, and really strong in the wrestling
Man, he's
positions.
strong.
Yeah,
he's definitely strong.
yeah, outstanding wrestler, excellent striking, just a really well-rounded game. And you see that calf kick there. You see it hurt him, and he's forced to switch stance. Ooh, and a head kick. There you have a beautiful head kick finish. That was set up because of that low calf kick, right? He laid the foundation to be able to land that kill shot at the end.
Okay.
Yeah. And here's a fight that is
Man,
I was
telling you
actually
guys,
part of.
I'm looking forward to, I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm looking forward to Battle at the Barracks too, because I mean, man, they had a nice card on this one, and I heard there's gonna be a good card on Battle at the Barracks too as well.
Yeah, absolutely. These guys are putting together stellar performances, and they're putting the matchmakers are doing a great job of putting these guys together for even matchups that put on a good show. So this next fight coming up that we're gonna watch is Kalama Chung, and this guy Kalani Lingo is actually my fighter. You saw me walk out with him in the corner there. So I did his whole camp, trained him. It's both of their first fights. I have had the opportunity to train with Kalama as well in the past.
Yeah.
And so I trained Kalani for this first one. This one is turned out to be a rough night for us. It was a pretty quick fight.
Oh, okay.
So we'll go ahead and just watch the whole thing because it was pretty quick. And on this fight, again, both of their first fights, you'll see some action right from the get-go with these two guys. Both guys really strong, just from training with Kalani Lingo and holding pads for him and drilling with him. I know how just he has a lot of really good raw athleticism and raw talent.
Yeah.
Really, really strong guy. Incredibly strong when he gets a hold of you, or even when he lands. You probably see a little bit more of a quickness going from Kalama Chung.
Yeah,
a little bit more movement. You know, our game plan with Kalani was to hold that center, so he's following good here. Nice right hand there, looped over the top a little bit.
Good strategy.
Yeah, and so you see Kalani take the center right there, and there's that right hand, and another one's gonna land here. Oh, and
wow,
puts the Lingo down, and
dang, that was fast.
The ref calls it there.
Yep, that was it.
You know, and a lot of people might call that an early stoppage, but at the amateur level, you know, the main thing is to protect the fighters, especially, you know, and you know, if that was a pro fight, maybe it could have gone a few more punches or some finishing shots, but at the amateur level, you got to make sure these guys are safe to fight another day, you know what I mean?
Most stuff.
Yeah, and then so this next one coming up is Tristan Futa, and he's actually fighting an opponent that was his first time fighting. Last name was Enos, I believe. And let's go ahead and check this out. Nelson Enos. Yeah, this guy flew in from the Big Island, as far as I understand.
Okay.
But Tristan, I've been able to train with him a bunch of times. Tristan is a strong kid, strong guy, great striking, really good right hand, good punch combinations, but this fight he was able to get it done on the ground.
Wow.
Yeah. So you see,
there you go.
Tristan is aggressive, really heavy hands. You know, when this guy, you don't want this guy to connect. You gotta stay sharp.
You gotta stay away from his.
His
hammers.
Yeah, I know in the gym you gotta stay sharp. I can't even imagine in a fight because this guy is coming to take your head off.
Ooh.
And it's crazy because he looks a lot smaller than Enos, and he probably is. Enos looks absolutely jacked. But you see here, Enos driving for a takedown, and we'll see if he gets it here. But I think this is where Tristan's gonna lock up with some. Yes, right there. Tristan's hunting for the Kimura lock right here.
Turns it around.
Yeah, and you know, Enos is pretty green. A lot of more seasoned guys would have read this earlier on as Tristan starts to sit. Yeah, there's Tristan Futa starting to sit into this Kimura lock, holds onto it, and
oh boy.
Yeah, right there. He's cranking that shoulder lock. A lot of pressure on the shoulder, and it can dislocate the shoulder if you don't tap. And there's a tap right there. As soon as Futa got on top, he was able to really get that leverage on that, and yeah, and you know, Enos was forced to tap or get that shoulder, you know, rearranged.
Okay. Well, let's talk about the fact that we got Battle at the Barracks 2 coming up now, and that, you know, once again, I want to shout out to our sponsors of the show, Loyalty Clothing and Infinity Life Center. Loyalty Clothing got, I mean, you've been at the store. Tell me a little bit about Loyalty Clothing. Yeah,
Loyalty Clothing has been taking care of, you know, sponsoring a lot of the local athletes up and coming. I was just in Australia last week with Pierre Daguzan, and Pierre is one of the sponsored fighters for Loyalty, and I was like, oh man, that's some nice stuff you got there. You got nice swag, some fight shorts, some training shirts and things like that. Mostly like apparel to train in, or even just to hang out and just to cruise. Some shirts. Okay. But yeah, it's real nice, good stuff. I'm gonna have to grab me some of that.
Hell yeah, I'm gonna check out that store. I keep hearing about Loyalty Clothing, and I'm like, yep, I gotta go check that out. And actually, I don't know if I told you. Shout out, I do karaoke on Tuesdays. Actually from what do we do? We do it from 6 to 9. Actually, 6 to 9. Right across the street from Loyalty Clothing.
Oh, nice.
Shoppers.
Yeah, karaoke. You won't see me singing any karaoke. You don't want to.
All right. Hey, let's talk about Battle at the Barracks 2. Let's get right into it. Hey, let's talk about the fact that we got some bouts that are coming up, like Ikaika Correa?
Ikaika Correa.
Versus Santiago Kirchner.
Yeah. This was definitely a matchup you're gonna want to look out for, and specifically in the striking of Ikaika Correa. Me and him both come from Taekwondo backgrounds, and I love to move around with this guy because he gives you such a sophisticated striking look. Yeah. His attack is really diverse, really quick on the kicks and the punches, the boxing, and really fast hands, fast feet, and I think you're gonna see a really good performance out of him. And a lot of these guys, Santiago Kirchner included, we don't have a lot of information on them just because these are a lot of amateur fighters that are up and coming. So
it makes it kind of exciting though, because
it does.
You don't know what to expect, right?
Exactly. Yeah, you don't know what to expect, and these guys also, because they're coming up and they don't have, they have something to prove. You know, a lot of these guys, they want to put their name in the hat. They want to stamp their name in there, and so that's why I think one of the reasons why these X1 shows are being, you know, the production is so good and the fights are so good because these up and coming guys, they go to war.
Well, let's talk about a couple other ones I see on the card. Josiah Kamakele.
Yeah, Josiah Kamakele. He's a Kailua boy, just like me, from the east side.
Kailua. Shout out to Kailua.
Yeah.
Let's go.
And again, Mason Shepard, his opponent. I'm not sure who that is. Up and coming guy. I know Josiah is a really good wrestling background from high school wrestling. Wrestled for Kailua High School and did really well in there. I had the opportunity to referee one of his kickboxing fights. Josiah is an absolute hammer on the feet as well. And And the crazy thing about this kid is that he only graduated high school 2 years ago.
Yeah,
I was actually at that Kailua High School graduation, saw him there, and I thought he was older just because of his outstanding work ethic and his ability to stay calm in fights and keep his composure. He seems older, but I don't think he's even 21 years old yet.
My goodness, my God. Kaysen Enos. Am I saying that right? Kaysen Enos versus Jalen de Guzman.
Yeah.
That's another one I see.
Yeah, I've had the opportunity to train with Jalen de Guzman over at Hawaii Elite MMA a bunch of times. Yeah, tough guy. He likes to bite down, likes to come forward, and he's the kind of guy you definitely don't want to stand in front of. Pick your shots with him because he's got some heavy hands. Big heavy shots can come from both directions. So this is a guy you want to definitely stick and move. And again, with his opponent, Kaysen Enos, up and coming guy. I'm sure he's going to throw down, but I don't know much about him.
Some mystery fights. I love it.
Yeah, mystery fights. Me too. And
let's go. Oh, what about Arlo? Arlo?
Yeah, I've been training with Arlo about once a week for the last, I don't know how long now. I've been doing a lot of sparring rounds with Arlo, and again, a younger guy, but he's really, really, really tricky on the feet. Has some really good tricks.
Yeah.
And man, this kid makes the drive all the way from the North Shore all the way to Oahu every time to train.
My goodness.
So that shows the dedication that this kid has, and I think we're gonna see a really good performance out of him. And yeah, again, Hezekiah Horner, not sure too much information about him, but I'm sure he's gonna come in to try to put on a show and stamp his name in there too.
All right. Well, I tell you what. Let's go ahead and talk about the fact that you guys can get physical tickets on sale right now at Pipeline Smoke Shop in Waipahu, as well as Leeward Fight Shop and Razor Concepts at Kamakana Ali'i. Yeah, don't delay. Get your tickets because they're going like that. You know what I mean? I look at some of the Instagram posts and they're in the thousands, tens of thousands already, and they just came out like yesterday, like crazy.
Yeah, and that last show sold out. That last one sold out, so I think you got to get those tickets quick.
Once again, 604 L House. That's where it's going to be, and it's going to be 5 p.m. The doors are opening. 7 p.m. The fights are starting. It's on like popcorn. Break it down. Let's go. Once again, hey, thank you very much for being in the studio. We do appreciate you stopping in the studio and all your knowledge from being a UFC fighter, my friend.
Right on, yeah. It's been good. Thanks for having me.
Martin Day, let's go. Once again, I am Freelance Motogawa. You're listening to Retro 97.1 and the Motogawa Music Entertainment Show. Hey, let's keep posted on the next one as well.
Yes, for sure.
We're going to keep on doing this every single month, man. Once again, shout out to Loyalty Clothing and Infinity Life Center. Loyalty Clothing, Infinity Life Center. Yeah, we are broadcasting once again from the XclusiveMMA studios. And we'll be looking forward to being on the next one.